boiler back to the track. These recordings be important and responsible for drama like Sarah Palin, Joe Biden, McCain, and Obama.
Man, listen, we be on a life or death mission. Get paid like tuition or caged up in prison. One time for your mind, two ghetto politicians. 3 for all my niggas locked down in the system. Man, listen, we be on a life or death mission. Get paid like tuition or caged up in prison. One time for your mind, two ghetto politicians. 3 for all my niggas locked down in the system.
NYG.
They said New York fell off. Who bringing New York back? I'm like, where we went? What part the game is that? We've been here the whole time, anxiously waiting. And the streets paper chase, supreme testing our patience. Now stop the presses. Listen up, this is not a lecture. More like a message with a flow that's as hot as peppers. Pop the only way you can stop this villain. I'm sick with it, couldn't with amoxicillin. I've been the illest, this ill kid, Operation Red. Though I never contemplated that. Then that's a rap, turn your pages to 03. Chapter NYG's, Pants is my code D. No iron team, homie, picture me solo. See what happened to Tony, what he did to Manolo. There go that New York Giant, back on it again. Seen with Wolverines and they wasn't from Michigan. Y'all listening, y'all can hear a lyrical street. Narcotics, raw dens. Rap don't work, find us in Tennessee. Looking for bucks, here if they still tend to.
NYG.
We appeal to those that feel.
Practice freedom of speech and refuse to hold back. Hey, what you say?
NYG.
We appeal to those that feel.
Practice freedom of speech and refuse to hold back. Hey, what you say?
NYG.
Vengo en busca de respuestas con el manojo lleno y vengo como un libro abierto, ansiosa de aprender la historia no contada de nuestros ancestros, con el viento que dejaron los abuelos y que vive en cada pensamiento de esta amada tierra. Quien sabe cuidarlo es quien de verdad la quiera. Vengo para mirar de nuevo, para ver lo cierto y despertar el ojo ciego, sin miedo, tú y yo. Descolonicemos lo que nos enseñaron con nuestro pelo negro, con pómulos marcados, con el orgullo indio en el alma tatuado. Vengo con la mirada, vengo con la palabra, esa palabra hablada. Vengo sin temor a no perder nada. Vengo como el niño que busca de su morada la entrada al origen, la vuelta de su cruzada. Vengo a buscar la historia silenciada, la historia de una tierra saqueada. Vengo con el mundo y vengo con los pájaros. Vengo con las flores y los árboles, sus cantos. Vengo con el cielo y sus constelaciones. Vengo con el mundo y todas sus estaciones. Vengo agradecida al punto de partida. Vengo con la madera, la montaña y la vida. Vengo con el aire, el agua, la tierra y el fuego. Vengo a mirar de nuevo. Vengo con mis ideas como escudo, con el sentir humano a vivir este mundo donde el hombre nuevo busca el contrapunto. Vengo humano, vengo como tú, en busca de la huella, de la pieza del árbol y de su corteza, que guarda en su memoria que el canto de victoria cuando vimos de la tierra lloramos con tal euforia. Ya abrimos así nuestros brazos tan encadilados y nos acurrucamos al origen de los tiempos, a la fuente del universo donde yace el sentimiento de vivir este comienzo. Vengo con la sangre roja, con los pulmones llenos de rimas en mi boca, con los ojos rasgados, con la tierra en las manos. Venimos con el mundo y venimos con su canto. Vengo a construir un sueño, el brillo de la vida que habita en el hombre nuevo. Vengo buscando un ideal de un mundo sin clase que se pueda levantar. Vengo con el mundo y vengo con los pájaros. Vengo con las flores y los árboles, sus cantos. Vengo con el cielo y...
It's the Timberwolves, and they're doing business on the road. It's an interconference NBA matchup. The fans are making noise at Quicken Loans Arena here in Cleveland for their Cavaliers. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Youngsters Anthony Towns and Zhang are in the post. Rubio and Levine teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Wiggins in at the 3 slot. And Rubio Kicks to Wiggins. Down low. Here's Levine. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
No good on the second free throw.
No denying it, injuries were a big part of the storyline in the Cavs postseason. Fortunately, LeBron James was otherworldly after the first round. Took care of the Bulls, then went on to sweep the Bulls.
That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary.
And you know what?
Man.
That man can climb a ladder.
Here's Thompson, and the shot falls short this time.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
They grab their own miss. Jang the pass to Rubio. Levine dishes to Towns. Here's Levine, covered by LeBron. On the wing, Wiggins. And Rubio kicks to Towns. Just 4 to shoot. There's the bucket. Good. Towns has got his first bucket in this one.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Got a piece of it. Back to Smith. Fires the 3. Can't get it to go. And Minnesota now the other way. Here's the lob to the hoop. And the dunk by Towns.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly. And guys, I was a bit worried, but now we all know the rim doesn't have a lid on it.
Yeah, you could actually feel the tightness and tenseness with each miss. I'm actually glad to see they got that first one out of the way.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Smith for 3. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. A different look now for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. John Shumpert is coming. Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for the Timberwolves. Muhammad comes in for Andrew Wiggins. That's good from Shumpert on the assist by James.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
And Channing Frye gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Mozgov's checked in. And then for Minnesota, Adrian Payne comes in for Towns. And Tayshaun Prince subbed in for Levine. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Another shot. And it's Pekovic missing.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
In last season, the Wolves had the hardest strength of schedule in the entire league. Might have worked out for them in the end, as come lottery time, those extra losses do tend to help.
Well, Greg, it would work out for Minnesota with all those losses. They got the lucky bounce, Clark, and the #1 pick in the draft.
And, you know, it's the first time in a long time that the worst team in the league actually got the top pick in the draft, allowed Minnesota to add another great young big to complement Rookie of the Year Andrew Wiggins.
The three from LeBron. Can't get it to go. Minnesota in the lead. Muhammad, the pass to Rubio. Tipped away. Now the dish to Muhammad. Back to Rubio. Top of the key, Muhammad. Rubio outside. That three off the mark.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
For Minnesota, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Well, I tell you what, it was a really strong year for the Cavs. 53 wins for them, good for the 6th best mark in team history. A lot of those wins also came against the West, making it even more impressive.
Pass to Dellavedova. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Kicks it out to Prince. And Muhammad gets it to go. 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Mozgov. Here's Fry. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. It's his first trip to the line. 2 shots. Free throw, good from Fry. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Good on both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Launches a 3. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Timberwolves ahead, leading by a point. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we're watching with the Timberwolves, guys.
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Greg, no uncontested shots for the most part. That's why they've had success.
Minnesota with the ball. And now brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Cleveland, they've got Smith. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Irving. Then it's Thompson. And it's Love in the 4-man position. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Oh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And the officials call a traveling violation.
The turnovers are really prominent. I know they're leading, but eventually it's going to catch up to them if they keep wasting possession.
Undisciplined with the ball leads to unforced turnovers, no doubt about it.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Zhang's checked in.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Towns dishes to Zhang. To the left wing. And Muhammad kicks to Zhang. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
I like the way they've picked it up here offensively in the second.
Yeah, up above 50% in terms of field goal percentage. They're on a roll.
And now Minnesota on the fast break. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did. Timberwolves leading by 6.
It's now been a decade since the Minnesota Timberwolves played postseason basketball. Last trip to the postseason for the Wolves back in 2004.
It was a long time ago. And if you're wondering, that is the longest playoff drought in the league currently. Wolves want nothing more than to get back to playing playoff basketball, and featuring the #1 pick in last year's draft will help.
Good way to start, you're right. Now here's Towns. Not a lot of room. Wiggins outside. Just 5 to shoot. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And, you know, even though the Wolves have been out of the playoffs so long, you get the sense it won't be too much longer. They've got a really nice core to build around, and I think could be special, especially Andrew Wiggins.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. Shumpert's checked in. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Payne's checked in. On the wing, Irving. 18 feet out. Minnesota with the rebound.
And as you mentioned, the Wolves could be back in the playoffs in due time. They are headed in the right direction. Some mistakes have been made along the way, but you have to like their future now.
Minnesota making a switch here. Prince is checked in.
You can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
Shumpert against Wiggins. And another miss by Cleveland.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
The defensive backcourt has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part. And I'm not talking about leaving college.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Timberwolves.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
And he gets it to go.
And I love that the instant that steal was made, they were out in the open floor.
Ball pressure leading to the run out. Man, it doesn't get much nicer than that. That is sweet, sweet stuff.
The drive by Rubio. It's stolen by Iman Shumpert. Irving kicks to Fry. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
A forceful finish from the big fella.
Well, with a player for that size, you'd think he'd make the highlight reel more often.
Yeah, you know, he just appears to lack an edge at times in this game. I mean, he can be too passive and reluctant on the court.
Levine can't hit.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Here's Shumpert. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Prince kicks to Payne. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting. Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Shumpert with the steal. No one around. Fry, good. Fry's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Adrian Payne. It's tipped. Kevin Garnett with the steal. Prince outside. Here's Levine. James covering. Begovic with a screen. To the inside. With 1 on the clock. Mozgov with the block. And the Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade as there is more basketball in store. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. The Timberwolves trail.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Checking out the group for Sam Mitchell to start the second half. Higgins outside at the 3 with Anthony Towns at the 4. Rubio and Levine teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Jang in at the center position. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate.
And you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
Sloppy is the only way you can describe his play thus far. Just way too many turnovers.
Here's Smith. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. A young team trying to find their place in the league can have it tough on the road, Clark. And the 2015 Timberwolves typified that sentiment.
In spades, 7-34 on the road last season. Dead last in the West as they won only 3 road games against the rest of the conference.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
And with the Wolves on the road, that they shot threes better and had better offense, they would still lose by double digits on average.
Thompson. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Thompson's got 4 this quarter.
And guys, they've allowed an embarrassing number of points off those turnovers.
Well, you really put your defense in a tough spot. You compromise your defense when you fumble the ball away like that.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Irving. Minnesota also with the sub. Muhammad's checked in. Cleveland moving the ball around. And here's Love for 3. And play stops as it looks like they call it over the back here.
Yeah, not afraid of the physical play, but he still needs to stay under control.
Yeah, he obviously was not under control right there. Not much doubt he was going to get whistled for the over-the-back call.
The drive by Rubio. That's good.
And, you know, guys, for the Wolves on the road last year, it was hard because they are in the West. I mean, we've talked before about how far they have to travel as a team for their road game.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Here's Wiggins. Oh! And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
And here's Love from the arc. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Clark, this offense has really been clicking.
No doubt about it, giving the defense all kinds of trouble.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
And here we go. Fast break. Muhammad's got it. Rubio, the pass to Dang. He kicks it to Muhammad. Pass to Dang. There's the steal. For the finish. And Thompson throws it down.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota.
They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
A different look now for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And Shumpert in there for James. And then for Minnesota, Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Jang. And Tayshaun Prince subbed in for Andrew Wiggins. The drive by Rubio. Good. For Cleveland, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8.
And it's strange to think that early last year, all the talk in the media was about the in-house fighting on the Cavs. Goes to show just how much better things are for a team.
Oh! Boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throwdown there. The solo alley-oop. That's not something we see too often.
Timed it perfectly. You're right. And caught the defense totally off guard.
Hey, guys, how about his coach? Looked like his heart was in his throat there for a second. Now, though, he's able to smile. More of a smile of relief.
And it's good. And that's now 6 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. Irving's checked in for Cleveland. Timberwolves also changing it up. Garnett comes in for Towns. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Tayshaun Prince. Irving, good.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
To the paint. And stolen by Fry. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
You know, with all the shots they've knocked down here in the second half, their field goal percentage has crossed the 50% mark.
Yeah, and any team will take that excellent in terms of their efficiency.
Rubio misses. It's deflected. Mozgov kicks to Smith. The rebound by Garnett.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Cavaliers lead by 5. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Pulling out the wings, it's Shumpert, LeBron, Kevin Love out to Thompson. And it's Irving in at the point guard. That's the...
nasty.
Nasty. Get.
We could have been looking at a 2-possession game, but that was a huge mistake on the turnover. Now nerves and tightness become a factor.
And it's becoming a battle of will right now. This is as good a game as we could have hoped for.
Here's Garnett. And he takes the beat in stride and slams it home.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and you can see right there why he does. Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Dellavedova's checked in. Minnesota also with the sub. Towns, he's checked in for Kevin Garnett. Back to Wiggins. He dishes it to Towns. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Rubio. Pass to LaVine. Back to Rubio. But they get it back. Can't connect from long distance. Cavaliers leading. Dellavedova dishes to LeBron. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And it's Rubio penetrating. Soft touch off the glass. Rubio's got it all tied up now for Minnesota. Dishes it to Thompson. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Thompson's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Kicks to Levine. And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Levine passes to Towns. Ball's knocked loose.
You know, he's got to take care of the ball much better than he has been. By himself, he's accounted for 4 turnovers. That's way too many. If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
The Cavaliers shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Got it. Nice one there from Dellavedova. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for the Cavaliers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Minnesota calls timeout. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, Kevin, during that break, Minnesota's head coach had some words for his team. He wants them to pick it up and really go for it right now, saying, no time like the present, gentlemen. Embrace it. Embrace the spotlight, and let's make it happen. Kevin, let's see what they can do.
Thanks again, Doris. Channing Frye's checked in for the Cavaliers. Levine can't hit.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And it's Dellavedova missing.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Wiggins kicks to Towns. Back to Wiggins. That's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
Team's ball.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Towns kicks to Levine. Over Frye. Here's Dang. And finally they hit one.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're in front by 4. 1:43 left to play in the final quarter. .43 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Dellavedova. From deep three-point range, Andrew Wiggins pulls it in. Wiggins has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And the rejection by James. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
They double him with Love. Towns with it. Picked up by Love. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And here we go. And that one's good. James.
And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. And we've seen it time and time again here.
Here's Dellavedova. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Levine. Off target with his three.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball. Share the sugar.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson comes in for Channing Frye. And Smith subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And so it's Cleveland with it. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Smith for 3. The rebound by Prince. It's deflected. The pass to Muhammad. Tries a 3. Trifecta. It's Thompson off the drive. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're down by 7. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Jones from outside. The shot no good. And so it's Cleveland winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds, Clark.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
I'm from. I make the 6 straight jump from SoCal, Hollywood to the slums. Get burnt by the California sun on the west side. East Coast, where you at? Just got to New York like a net on a jet to London. To Brazil, to Quebec, like the whole world took effect to Ferg. Tell them, lay back, slow down. Better represent when we come to your town. So lay back, slow down. What you represent when we come to your town? Say, getting with the business, I'ma be there in a minute. I just booked a Paris ticket, thinking Russia need a visit. I'ma run it to the limit, and me on my way to Venice. LA got the people saying